back to my channel. Firstly, I am sick, so if I sound a little bit croaky, nasally, that's why. So if you're new to my channel, haven't been watching my vlogs, or don't follow me on Instagram, you might not know that I've just come back from a 3-month stint in Milan, and while I was there, I did a bit of shopping. So while I was walking around like the shop area, I was really interested in what the makeup offerings were in Milan and Europe generally. So I decided I would collect a few bits, or more than a few bits, for a full face of European makeup brands. Some of these, like NYX, obviously you can get in Australia and America and lots of other places, but I wanted to do a video on things that you can buy in Europe, basically. So I have a nice big bag full of stuff to go through today. I haven't tried any of it. I got back almost 2 weeks ago and I've had this stuff for probably like a month and I haven't touched any of it, so this is a full like first impression testing out European makeup brands. So I'm just going to take everything out of here because I can't really remember exactly everything that I bought, and we're just going to get right into it. Alright, so I've just come in a little bit closer so you can obviously see what's happening a little bit better. So most of these things are from Makeup Revolution, NYX and Kiko, and then I've got one thing that I just picked up from MAC. So let's just get started. Now I didn't really pick up a primer from anywhere, but I did get the new MAC Fix Plus, which is the glowy version. I have used this before. This is the only thing that I've used before. I mean, it was just like too pretty not to use. So it's basically Fix Plus that just has some kind of like glowy shimmer in it, and you just shake it up. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I think you can see it. All of the shimmers just floating around in there. It's so pretty. I decided to go for the pink light just because I am sometimes more pale. I mean, I do have some fake tan on now, but I thought the pink light would be better suited to me when I'm pale, and I can still make it work when I'm tan. So that's why I went for that one instead of the gold light. And I'm just going to spritz my face with this one. So for foundation, I went into NYX and I picked up the Total Control Drop Foundation. I picked up a tan shade and a light shade, as you can clearly see. They do have actual names, but from all I can see on these boxes, they just have numbers. So this one is 6 and this one is 11. If I could find out the actual names of them, I'll leave them up here somewhere. So I am tan right now, but I'm not sure if this is going to be too tan because I think I got it a little bit darker than I thought, because obviously I like to mix. So it just comes like this. It is like the tiniest little bottle. I know you don't need much, but like this is tiny. But we'll see how we go. Then I'm going to grab a buffing brush and just blend it. Not the easiest thing to blend in the world, and it's also not like crazy full coverage. I don't know, it's definitely light on the skin, like it feels really lovely on the skin. Like it doesn't really feel like I'm wearing makeup at all, which is really nice. Alright, so I just finished applying the foundation. Sorry I couldn't talk you through it, I was on the phone. So this is what it looks like. I like the finish of it. It's not like matte, but it's not dewy. It doesn't feel as lightweight as I originally thought. Like I definitely can feel it on the skin. I don't know, I don't love it, but it's not terrible. I definitely want to try it mixed in with like a moisturizer or something to see how it works that way. So if you want to see me test that out as well, let me know in the comments down below and I will test that out for you guys as well, because obviously that's kind of what the premise of the foundation is, that it's custom, so you can mix it with moisturizer to make it light. But so far so good. I mean, I don't really have a reason to hate it apart from it kind of feels just a little bit heavy. I don't know, I definitely don't hate it. We'll have to see how it performs with everything else. So for concealer, I bought the Makeup Revolution concealer that everyone's been raving about. Now this is probably going to be way too light because I bought it in my pale shade and I ordered my more tan shade online, so that's coming. So I'm going to do a whole nother video just on Makeup Revolution. But this one is in the shade C3 and as you can see it's very light, so I'm just going to be very light-handed with this because it's probably going to be a little bit, I mean I love a highlighted look, but I think this is going to be very light. So I'm only going to do a little bit and hopefully we can blend it in nicely. Now I have actually also tried this concealer, but not in like a full coverage way. I've only tried it like naturally just to conceal some blemishes, which it does really well. So even though obviously people are saying it's like the Tarte Shape Tape, which is very full coverage, it can work in a natural setting just to spot conceal some blemishes that you need a more heavy duty concealer for. So I do like it for that, and it's actually blending out. It's definitely not as light as I thought it would be. I mean, I'm using a brush that has some darker concealer like staining on it, so maybe that's helping. Oh, I love this concealer. I know everybody and their dog has been talking about it, but it really is really good. I just blend it out to nothing and looks amazing. Because I just don't like things to be too heavy. And when you think about a full coverage concealer, obviously, you're like, oh, that's gonna feel so like intense and like crepey under my eyes. But this one, it's great. Pretty happy with that. I mean, my skin looks super flawless. It's definitely not a natural look, this one. Now I did also buy a concealer from Kiko, and this is more like a cream concealer, and it just looks like this. I more bought this because I want to teach myself how to do like a cut crease, because I've tried to do it with more a liquidy concealer and it's just been a mess. So I thought I'd get a more creamy one that's a little bit easier to like control in that kind of way. So that's why I got this one, but I'm also going to try and like spot conceal. I mean, it's not too bad, blemishes on my chin, you can't really see it, but might as well give this one a go. Probably a little bit too light. Yeah, nah, not gonna bother with that. This concealer's just a little bit too light. So for powder, I bought the Makeup Revolution loose setting powders. I have this one in lace and this one in banana. Banana I know is going to be too dark for me. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to use it. But I thought, because the lace one is quite pinky, and I normally go for a more yellowy powder that's just lighter than this banana one. So I thought I'd buy them both and maybe mix them together or something. I almost just dropped it everywhere. I didn't expect the banana powder to be light enough for me, so obviously that's not a negative. I knew that it would be too dark, but I just wanted to get it just in case. So obviously the more yellow one is the banana and the pink is the lace. I'm gonna mix them together on this palette and see. It does feel very drying, this powder, is what I can describe. I'm feeling very dry. So immediately after this, I'm going to go back with my Fix Plus. I feel very much like the Sahara Desert right now. Oh, that feels so much better. I will say with the pink light, which I just did then because I'm an idiot, I didn't shake it up, so it kind of has left a very obvious shimmery spritz. I don't know, you probably won't be able to see it, but I can easily fix that with a brush in a second. But like, if you don't shake it up, you will, like, it won't look like a fine mist of glow. Like, you'll be able to see where the individual bits have like spritzed your face. The powder does as well look really nice, and like, it's set my concealer quite well. I do like it, it just is extremely dry. So if you have like really dry skin, maybe stay away from it. So next up I have this Kiko blush and bronzer palette. I really like the Kiko packaging as well. Like, it looks really fancy and it's quite an affordable brand. So that is what that one looks like. It's just a nice bronzer and blush shade. This one is in the shade Smart. I think it was either the lightest or the second lightest one that they had. So we've got that one, and then I also have this one from Makeup Revolution, and it's like a dupe of my favorite Too Faced one. You would have seen it before, the Too Faced Sweethearts bronzer. It's got the same kind of packaging, the same like box with the love heart shape, and it's a similar shade, but I'd say the Too Faced one is a lot more greeny bronze, whereas this is more of like a red bronze, but we'll see how we go. So let's start out with the Kiko one, and I'm gonna take my little contour brush. Quite a nice colour. It's not like the most pigmented thing ever, but it is. I think this is the lightest one, and I'm a bit tan at the moment, so maybe if I had the medium one it would look a little bit more intense. But like on the viewfinder, that looks really pretty and very natural, and it blends out super flawlessly. It's a really nice colour. It's not like ashy, but it's not too warm, so you can actually do a proper contour with it. Yeah, I'm really impressed with that. Like, it's very subtle, so I would definitely just use it. Like, I wouldn't use it as a bronzer. It's not intense enough for me for a bronzer. It might be when I'm pale, but not when I'm tan. But it's a really nice, subtle contour. Now for the actual bronzer. Ooh. Yeah, as I said before, it's very like warm in like a more red way rather than the other one. Yeah, you can see that on my forehead. It's very reddy orange rather than the other one, which is more a greeny brown colour. The Too Faced is more gold, whereas this is more rose gold, which is also nice. I mean, it looks pretty. It definitely looks sun-kissed. It's a really nice product. Both of those, I just dropped it. So both of those bronzing shades were really nice, but before I can recommend this palette, let's try out the blusher. It looks like more of a cool tone pink, but it doesn't pull that cool on the face, which is good because I'm not super big on cool tone pink on my skin tone, especially because I mostly do warmer eyeshadow looks, so a cool tone pink isn't really gonna work for me, but this doesn't pull too cool on the skin. Again, blends out really easily, just like the contour shade, and it's not like ridiculously pigmented, but like it's not hard to build up. I mean, I just lightly dusted it on and you can see the pink, but it's not like you're gonna like put it on and be like, oh, like it just blends really nicely. So yeah, definitely recommend this one, the blush and bronzer palette in Smart. So for highlighter, I bought the Kiko Wet and Dry eyeshadow, which you've probably seen on YouTube before. This is an eyeshadow that looks like this. I mean, like, is this not the most beautiful looking thing you've ever seen? I'm gonna come up close so you can see it. Oh my god, look at it. It's just such a nice pattern and it just literally looks like liquid gold. I'm obsessed. So I know when this was popular on YouTube, it is an eyeshadow obviously, but people have used it as highlighter. It's in the shade 208. So I'm just gonna use this as my highlighter today. It's very golden, but like super shimmery and just like beautiful. So that's what we're using for highlighter today. Oh, that is stunning. That's beautiful. I see why people rave about it. Highly recommend. Kiko water eyeshadow in the shade 208. You need this in your life. So we don't really have too many other products. The only other thing I have other than lips is this eyeshadow from Kiko. Ooh, listen to that pop. It's like magnetic. This is a Kiko High Pigment eyeshadow in the shade 19. I really wanted just a straight up yellow eyeshadow because I didn't feel like I had any in my collection, so that's why I bought this one. I do want to do a more glam look using this yellow eyeshadow, but where I'm going tonight isn't glam, it's more just like a chill thing, so I think I'm just gonna do more of a pulled back look, hopefully using the yellow. This is the only eyeshadow that I bought. I was looking for palettes at some of the brands, but I couldn't see any that I really loved, and I was gonna buy more of these, but I just felt overwhelmed by the selection that was there. There was just so many. Now that I'm like, I really love this packaging. I should have got a couple more like bright colors that I don't have in my collection, but yeah, this looks really cool. So I'm gonna grab another palette that we can use, and then we'll use this one as well. I don't know why I bothered getting up to get another palette because I already had my Huda Beauty one here, and because this yellow is so warm, I thought this palette would be perfect to go with it. So I'm gonna take the yellow as my, ooh, it's a lot of like kickback. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but when you press it, it's very powdery, which is kind of annoying, but we'll see how it performs. If you don't tap off a lot of the excess, you definitely get a lot more pigment. I mean, makes sense. Yeah, I really like that colour. It's a really nice, warm, not deep yellow obviously, but it's not super bright. It's kind of almost a little bit like a mustard. I do have brown on this brush though, which is kind of mixing in a teeny bit. It's not the most out there colour that you couldn't wear it. Like, it's definitely wearable. Yeah, I think that light wash of yellow just looks really pretty on the eyes, and like the unique way to do a transition colour. And also, I guess, using the Huda palette, you can get this from Sephora in a lot of places in Europe. Still sticking with the theme of the video. Yeah, I think that looks really pretty, like a beautiful like sunset. This would have been really good for my festival tutorial where I did the flowers. So overall, I do really like that Kiko shadow. It does have a lot of kickback when you put your brush in, like the powder comes up very easily. I think that's so that they can make it pigmented, but obviously if you don't like that, you're not going to like this shadow. I don't mind it too much, just got to be careful with fallout and stuff, but I think it's a really pretty yellow. It blended out super easily, and I think it looks really nice on the eyes, so I do really like those. Obviously I can't speak for all the colours in the range, but that yellow is really nice. So again, that was the Kiko High Pigment Shadow in the shade 19. So for mascara, I have the Kiko Smart Color Mascara in the shade 04, and this is a brown mascara. I've always wanted a brown mascara, but I've never bought one for some reason. And I saw this one and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. Because I feel like on a day-to-day basis, black looks a little bit too intense for me. I'm not the biggest fan of the brush of this. I'm managing to get it literally everywhere. And it's not really doing anything for like the length of my eyelashes, but the colour's nice. It's like a nice dark brown. I'm just gonna do my like lower lash line, kind of just gonna put yellow and then some of the amber colour, and then also do my eyebrows, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so I finished up my eyebrows and my lower lash line, and now let's move on to lips. I have a lot of lip options. We're just gonna have to open them all up and go through them. I'll swatch them all for you. Kiko was having, well, everywhere was having a sale in July, just like, you know, summer sales, and Kiko was having like a half price basically, buy two get two free. So I got a lot of lip products because they were included in that. So let's start with the lip liners first. So the first one we have is 301 in the creamy colour Comfort Lip Liner. That's it right there. I'll do a close-up of them all after I've swatched them all. Then we have 304 in the same kind of formula. It's more of like a deeper, reddy, pinky, mauvey colour. Then we've got 320, which is like a brown. Because I have a lot of nudes. Obviously I'm always drawn to nudes, but I already have a lot of nude lip liners, so I want something a bit different. So this is like a dark brown. Then we have 318, like a pinky nude is 318. We have 315, which I think will be more, yeah, a deeper pink. So those are the colours of the lip liners there. We started with the one in the middle, went down, and then the second from the top, and then the top one. I'll put the numbers next to them so you can see, but those are the lip liners. We're probably going to go for a nude if we're being honest, because I mean with this kind of eye look, I mean while it's not super bold, it's definitely like an interesting colour scheme on my eyes, so I'm not going to go anything too crazy, but let's have a look at what else we have in here. Most of it's from Kiko, but I do have something from NYX. It's the NYX Lingerie Gloss, and this is in the shade Bear With Me. It smells super sweet, geez. So that's that one just up there. That's the NYX Lingerie Gloss in Bear With Me. This one was new when I got there. Then we have the Kiko 3D Hydra Gloss in 17. I really like the packaging of these, like, isn't that pretty? This one's like a sparkly gloss, so that's it there. The Kiko ones are a lot more like sheer, whereas the next one is definitely very pigmented there. We have another Kiko lip gloss, Hydra lip gloss in the shade 08. So that's that one there. It's more of like a peachy, and that one's a little bit more pigmented than the last one. This one doesn't have any shimmer in it. And then we have another gloss. This one has a slight shimmer, but it's not as shimmery as the first one. And that's it down the bottom there. It's just a nice sheer pink. Finally, we have the Kiko Instant Colour in 01. This was a matte liquid lipstick. I normally don't do liquid lipsticks. Same kind of packaging as the last one, but this one looked like a pretty colour. And that's the liquid lipstick down there. So I've got the NYX one here, and then the Kiko glosses and the Kiko liquid lipstick. So I think for lip liner we're doing the 301, which is the first nude shade. For the lip colour we're going to go for the liquid lipstick and then the super sparkly Hydra Gloss over the top. I think that'll look pretty, but we shall see. It's a very pigmented lip liner. So that liner is really nice and creamy, really easy to apply, but not like so creamy that it's slipping everywhere. The colours are really pretty, not super peachy, but definitely like a warm nude. Now we're going to go with the liquid lipstick. Perfect match. Literally the exact same colour as that lip liner. So for someone who isn't a liquid lipstick fan, I really like this one. It feels like nothing like on the lips. I wish I picked up more of these, but I feel like they didn't have a super wide variety of colours that I would personally wear. But it feels so light on the lips, like it barely feels like I have anything on my lips right now. It's not like, it's starting to dry down and feel a tiny bit tight, but it doesn't feel drying on the lips at all. Big fan. I'm gonna have to see if there's any other way for me to get Kiko in Australia because I really like that formula. Now for the lip gloss, this again is a 3D Hydra Gloss in the shade 17. It's super sparkly. Yeah, that's really pretty. I'm never normally someone who thinks that I would be a fan of like super shimmery glosses, but that looks like really nice. And it doesn't feel sticky on the lips. Like there's tackiness, which you would expect from a lip gloss, but it's not like my lips are sticking together like at all. It's a really nice lip gloss formula. The shimmer isn't like, it's not glittery, it's kind of just like glimmering in the light, which looks super pretty. And as you would expect, because it's all the same brand, all of the products work really well together on the lips. Like nothing went patchy, everything just worked together really well just to produce a really nice lip combo. Very impressed. So that's it guys, this is the finished look of a full face using makeup brands that you can buy in Europe. I was pretty much impressed with everything. I didn't hate anything, everything worked really nicely. My favourites were definitely the lip combo. I really love the lip products. I'll have to give everything else a try, but I'm assuming that I'll like everything else from Kiko. And I do generally like the NYX lip product, so I'm assuming I'll like that one as well. I do really like the way that the foundation looks on the skin now. It doesn't feel heavy anymore, especially now that I've kind of set it down with a fixing spray. I just think it looks super flawless on the skin, and I'm really excited to play with the custom cover drops with some moisturizer to see if I can get a more natural finish from it. But full coverage, it looks really beautiful. Obsessed with the concealer, that Makeup Revolution concealer. Highly recommend it if you can get your hands on it. You can get it shipped to you in Australia. I will be doing a full video on Makeup Revolution as well, so stay tuned for that. I'm just waiting for the parcel to come in. The powder I didn't love, but it worked and it looks nice on the skin. I have no creasing or anything. It just set everything really nicely and everything just looks super flawless. So I do really like the powder. I just didn't like how dry it made my face feel immediately, but you can fix that with the setting spray. The yellow eyeshadow was really nice, exactly what I wanted it to be. The mascara, I like the colour of the brown mascara, but the wand wasn't amazing because I kind of got it all over my eyelids, but I am not the best with putting on mascara, so that could just be my own personal error. The contour and the bronzer, highlight, blush, all of that, really beautiful, really enjoyed that as well. I'm basically happy with everything. I didn't expect anything less, but I'd never tried Kiko before, so that was definitely a new experience, or Makeup Revolution, so those two brands were a new experience for me and I'm very impressed with everything that I got from there. If you would like me to do any more testing brands videos, definitely leave any suggestions down below because I would definitely be happy to do that for you. It's very fun trying out new products that I haven't tried on my face before, and I'm just wanting to build my collection a little bit more too. So if there's any brands that you want to see me do, like a full face impressions type thing, leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you did enjoy this video and you want to see some more videos from me. Also turn on the bell notification if you want to get notified every time I upload. And if you didn't know that I have been away, I have a whole vlog series on my experience modeling in Milan, which I will link up here somewhere for you to go and click through to if you want to watch that. Got up to some very exciting things while I was over there, so if you want to see what I did, definitely check out my vlogs. And I think that's all. Follow me on Instagram as well. It's down here. I post on there all the time. Thank you so much as always for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.